Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today, I am recapping and reacting to Choke No Jokes Instagram Live, recapping day 4 of the Cardi B defamation case against TASHA K. A lot of what he said, some of what he said, I had recapped earlier from what Mr. Dennis Byron reported earlier today. So I'm kind of just going to fill in some blanks of some other things, some other details that took place in the courtroom today, so you can kind of just have that context. So he started off by saying that TASHA K's husband testified, which we had already knew that he had testified today, but pretty much they went a lot more in depth on the business side of things. They showed the YouTube analytics from TASHA K's show, how pretty much the show's analytics would jump significantly high after she would discuss Cardi B, and that was essentially what was driving the additional traffic, the additional views, and why her Cardi B videos have like 4.5 million views or what have you. Also, they wanted to see if the husband was going to say the same answers as TASHA K did. So they had referenced a video where it was the video where TASHA K was accusing Cardi B of cheating on her husband. And in the video, you could hear a male voice in the background basically saying, "That's not true, don't say that." Well, in TASHA K's testimony the other day, she said she didn't know who that was. It could be anybody, but under oath, her husband confirmed that that was him. So then, since he confirmed that that was him in the video, they wanted to follow up and essentially ask him, does he agree that, putting out fake news, putting out false truths about somebody or lies about somebody is wrong? And he said under oath on the stand today, yes, it's wrong. However, they pulled up his deposition where he was asked the same question, if he thought it was wrong for his wife to lie on people, and he said in the deposition, no. So essentially, from what I gathered from Choke No Joke's account, is they were trying to establish that he is just as liable as TASHA K for the defamation, for the slander. However, they were also trying to show he's at least somewhat empathetic, whereas TASHA K is not. TASHA K is still saying she's never going to take down these videos. The videos are still up to this day. Literally, you can search TASHA K, Cardi B, or you could go to her page and go to even just sort it by her most popular videos. And the Cardi B video is number 1 with the 4.5 million views. So still, even now, 4 days into this trial, she has not taken down this video. So in addition to trying to establish he would be just as liable as TASHA K, and they were also trying to establish that he at least has some empathy, they also were trying to show, that he was trying to be as truthful as he could. Meanwhile, his wife was, carrying on, excited to brag about all of the nasty things that she said about Cardi B, basically said that she's not going to stop under oath unless the judge stops her. So completely different energy coming from the husband, who was basically giving very short answers, was sticking to, the facts, and unlike his wife, was not giving additional information, was not giving unnecessary information, was not saying anything more that was going to do any more damage than what it did. But what they did establish was where the money was coming from, how they get paid from YouTube, how they get paid from certain advertising or any type of partnerships that they have. They at least established the money trail and established the increase in views and revenue whenever Cardi B is discussed from TASHA K. So that is vital, because if the judge awards, that Cardi B wins this case, now they have sources that they can go to retrieve that money for however much the judge is going to award that TASHA K owes in damages. Also, I wanted to bring up, I had discussed earlier Cardi B's testimony and how she broke down and said she was suicidal and everything else. I had also wanted to add the depression that was involved as well, and Cardi B sleeping a lot, and that they had brought into evidence the itemized bills from the therapist, because they were flying in the therapist to Cardi B because she wasn't comfortable doing anything over the phone. She wanted to do things in person, and pretty much outline for the past 3 years how long this has been going on. And pretty much the additional TASHA K videos, even ones that aren't even available anymore, or some of the lives and things that she's done in the past against Cardi B, still everybody in that courtroom was completely shook by the language, by how TASHA K was being, and the vile things that she was saying. Also, Choke No Joke said that they showed Cardi B's full medical records, showed what tests she got for the herpes, for HPV, basically showing that she was negative for everything. Tasha's legal team tried to paint Cardi B as aggressive. I guess that was their defense, but for whatever reason, they didn't defend their proof that Cardi B had herpes, their proof that Cardi B had HPV, their proof that Cardi B cheated on her husband. There was their proof that Cardi B was a prostitute. They were trying to go for her song lyrics. They were trying to submit into evidence her certain things that she was saying that was kind of the crowd interaction at her concerts. And pretty much even the judge said, okay, we can admit these things into evidence and present it to the court so the jury can see, but really it works against you, because essentially this is a part of her performing. This has nothing to do with her actually admitting or conveying anything about the lifestyle of a prostitute. So again, I don't understand the defense attorneys. I don't understand where TASHA K got these people, but they are completely outmatched, because I don't understand anything that is going on from what is being reported. Then, a weird thing, this is when you know that you've lost the case, when you're coming up with random things. So, apparently TASHA K told her lawyers that yesterday Cardi B took off her jacket and was basically mimicking with her hands, punching a fist as if she was trying to punch or beat up TASHA K. And they asked Cardi B under oath, was she doing any of that? And she said no. And she said she took off her jacket because it was hot, which it was, because they, I guess, turned up the heat. So everybody took off their clothes. Well, let me not say that. Everybody took off their jackets or whatever. But the reach that Tasha's team was trying to make by coming up with these fake stories in the court yesterday of Cardi B's alleged behavior and actions, when obviously, if that were the case, the judge and the jury would have seen it in plain sight. It's just, I don't know what's going on. But meanwhile, it's okay for TASHA K to completely antagonize Cardi B in the courtroom, to completely walk around like this is no big deal. Like, it doesn't matter what happens at the conclusion of this case, as if she's untouchable, as if nothing is going to happen to her, as if she can resume the unwind with TASHA K with no consequences. That is basically how she is conducting herself in this courtroom. As if she's just here so she doesn't get fined, but nothing's going to happen to her. That's the energy that I am getting from everybody that has been reporting in the courtroom, that she is not taking any of this seriously. Meanwhile, her husband at least did, but TASHA K is not taking this serious at all. So I don't know if she already thinks she won the case, or she just simply doesn't care and just thinks she's just there to be there and she can just resume like normal when this concludes. And I just don't think she understands the magnitude of what's happened, what really is at stake here, and how she could be facing additional charges, and how much she is set to lose depending on what the judge rules against her. And I don't think she's taking any of that into account. I really think she is not thinking anything is going to happen to her. And it's just wild to me. And Choke No Joke, he actually brought up some good potential closing arguments to basically say in Cardi B's favor that they didn't show, TASHA K's defense team didn't show any way that Cardi B had herpes, Cardi B had HPV, that Cardi B cheated on her husband, that Cardi B was a prostitute. They couldn't prove any of that. So, and that is why they are there. And basically discussing the mental, emotional, physical toll that it has taken on Cardi B, her family, her parents. Her kids basically have lived this their entire lives since this is going on for 3 years now. And essentially, the legal option was the only thing that they had left. They tried to paint Cardi B as aggressive, but it didn't stick. Because the things that she, quote unquote, was being aggressive about, she was basically saying how hard she would go for her kids. And even the judge said any parent's going to feel that way. So what does this have to do with the case? It just seemed like the defense were just trying to choose anything and everything to make something stick, but nothing that it sounds like from what people have been reporting from TASHA K's defense team, nothing that they said made any sense. The videos they tried to admit were not relevant. Any type of aggressive arguments that they were trying to come up with doesn't really stick because nothing has happened to TASHA K. Nobody has tried to physically harm TASHA K. There's been nothing that has taken place. Everything that Cardi B had said in the videos they presented all supported the fact that legally she was going to go after TASHA K. And then they were getting into semantics, asking her, oh, what does it mean when you say you're going to take all of her bread? What does bread mean? It's like, this is what we're doing. This is where we are at right now. We are now picking apart things that Cardi B is saying and asking for the translation of what is she talking about? What does it mean to be dragged? And it's just wild to me. It is just completely and utterly wild. And then the other thing that they wanted to display was they wanted to show the court that Cardi B in no way was this porn star that TASHA K was Googling and trying to say it was Cardi B that put the beer bottles up her vagina and then passed it to another patron at the strip club. So I guess they pulled up the porn star and she looked nothing like Cardi B. And so, Cardi B basically was verbalizing the differences between her and this other lady that they showed that was the actual porn star that did what TASHA K accused Cardi B of doing, which turned out to be a lie. So again, I wish they were going back to trial tomorrow. I'm kind of bummed that we have to wait till Tuesday. I wish we could at least have a date tomorrow, because it sounds like the only witness that really is left is the doctor to validate the medical records. And there was just so much amounting evidence against TASHA K that pretty much we can wrap this up. We can move forward with the doctor and get into the closing arguments, and then the jury can deliberate and come back with a verdict. So, and it looks like the juror that was booted that I had mentioned earlier pretty much conveyed what everybody was thinking. Feels that TASHA K is a narcissist, feels as though none of this matters because of her million subscribers, and that she is giving off the energy, like I said a little bit ago, as if she doesn't care, and that she's completely deluded. So there you have it. That was just the final thing, really, that I wanted to convey, because that was really, I only wanted to just do a video to point out anything additional that was left out, to just fill in a few more items from what was reported earlier. But I didn't want to do a whole nother 2 or 3 hours or anything such as that, repeating the same thing as a previous video. I just wanted to kind of fill in some additional details that came out from today and some of what happened, because essentially the cross of Cardi B by TASHA K's team, that happened this afternoon. So I just wanted to recap that portion and fill in some of the things that TASHA K's husband said. So that's why I just wanted to give you guys another quick update. So let me know what you guys think about this. Please react. Please let me know what you guys think, where we're headed in this trial. I am curious to know your thoughts. It just sounds as if it's a madhouse in there in terms of how TASHA K is conducting herself. I am shocked she's behaving this way in federal court. I am just blown away. I truly am. So, but yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you think of all of these updates. And again, shout out to Mr. Dennis, Byron, and Choke No Joke. They have been fantastic with all of the reporting and commentating and the live updates and details from what's going on inside the courthouse. Thank you so much for everything that you are doing. Thank you. And that is all that I have. Like I said, let me know your thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I am curious to see what you guys have to say. And that is all I have. So, those of you, if it's your first time viewing my channel, welcome. Please check out my playlist. I have a playlist specifically for this defamation case. So, if you look at my playlist, it is the Cardi B defamation case against TASHA K or something. There should be 7 or 8 videos in there, and you could just play from day 1 of the trial up until today, day 4 of the trial, of what is going on in that courtroom. So that is all that I have. Those of you who've been back multiple times, thank you so much for your continued support. I am grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you. I appreciate the growth of the channel. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I read all of your comments. I try to interact, or at least like your comments, and get to them when I get some time. But thank you so much for everything you guys are doing. You guys are truly amazing. Also, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified the moment I post new content on my channel, as well as updates on this case, which looks like it won't resume until Tuesday. So that will be the next update, unless something happens tomorrow, but I highly doubt it, but you never know. But essentially, Tuesday is when we will be back at it in terms of this defamation case. So with that being said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys again very soon.